Alright, that love Clark. Now, I want you guys to think about something, okay? With all this stuff going on with Anita Fuentes, you guys need to remember, we are not responsible for other people's actions upon Anita. But I will say this, I do not encourage violence or anything like that upon her. I may have had little jokes with puns and stuff like that about her, but no, I've stated in the past in one of my videos about with Anita, it's a battle of the spirit. It's a battle of the will, the intellect. Okay, it's not a flesh battle. It's a spiritual battle. Okay, we got to use our brains to fight. Okay. So, yeah, like, it's not our fault that Anita's, I don't know, if the story's true still. All I know is that I seen Queenie posting up something about do not mess with Anita or her post office box. I've never encouraged that. I've made little jokes here and there, but I don't encourage it, and I don't condone it for anyone, because all that does is make the people trying to expose her look bad. And here's the thing for other people to remember about Anita, okay? We are not the pastors. We are not claiming to be the shepherds leading the flock and feeding the flock. We are sheep calling out wolves, evil wolves among the flock. Okay? Untrained wolves or non-domestic. Okay? Wild. Why? Well, the problem is that people want to prop up the pastor. And every time when it comes to the pastor, they say things like, well, that's between her and God. Let her deal with God. Let God deal with her. Don't get involved in it. Leave her alone. And the thing is, but then they want to say, you're hateful, you're this, you're that. And everything they say, they condemn themselves with their own words. Because the fact is, what I said is, you'll come on there defending Anita more than you would a follower of the flock, okay? Just someone that's riding along with the flock, not the leader of the flock, okay? So this woman is excused, and God and Jesus' mercy is upon her, but for us, no, right? Because we're just the sheep saying, hey, look at this wolf, and you guys admit that, but you still defend her. It doesn't make any sense, okay? A lot of these people, I'm really starting to think that it's Anita and Ignacio, or whatever his name is, Ignacio, or somebody that works directly for her, spinning this stuff, writing this stuff, because you got to be stupid. You've really got to be stupid or tricked to keep believing her and to keep saying the things you're saying, because you are judging yourself. You're condemning yourself with your own words by what you're saying, see? Because you condemn yourself by following her, okay, regardless, and saying, that's between her and God, but then you want to call us out and say nasty things to us. And she says, faggot, 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 and all this stuff. But it's okay, it's okay for the pastor to do it. Now, so we're not being hypocrites, because we're not, like we said, claiming to lead the church. We're not trying to lead the church, okay? We're just trying to point out the wolves, because we don't want wolves around our flock and our people, okay? We don't. So if you people think that, you're going to condemn Anita and say it's between her and God, leave her alone, Why are you wasting your time coming over our channels, judging us for calling her out? And here's the thing, you guys don't realize, she is the one that's wrong. She started this with Ryan, Ryan 71187, okay? Started this by her husband and her saying that he pimped his daughter out all over YouTube. That is not true. That's a lie. That's mean. And they're picking on, exploiting, slandering, which is against the law, a child, a little girl. Okay? That's okay? That's how far they will stoop when you start to get messed with their money. They will slander a little girl. Okay? Imagine if you're a little kid and you're being slandered in front of supposedly millions of watchers, people watching on your show, on a show with a pastor that's supposed to be a woman of God. You think that child's going to want to trust a pastor again? No way, Jose. No way, Jose. So don't even go there. And like I want to point out, because I'm tired of you guys coming and talking to me about it, if you want to support Anita, go somewhere else. Because this channel's not for it, and it's not going to be for it. The majority of people on here talking are against Anita, not for her. And that's not the thing. You can have your opinion, but it's not going to change much of anything here. And if you just want to argue, then go away. Okay? I don't want your kind of people around, because I don't agree with you. Okay? And I'm not ever going to agree with it. Okay? So, you say, do unto others as you have them do unto you. Leave Anita alone. Things like that, of that nature. Have a good heart towards your neighbor. Love your neighbor and all those good things, right? Right? But she calls people faggots. Okay? And I'm not defending homosexuality or supporting it. I'm pro-choice. People can do what they want, because they only point out and condemn one kind of sin. Okay, that's wrong too. Everybody's a sinner, according to the Bible. Okay? So, you got to realize that too. Okay? You guys really need to kind of wake up and stop pointing the finger at the sheep, because we're not the shepherds. Okay? We're not trying to be. We shouldn't have to be doing this. But, so, I think you guys are really expecting too much out of the flock and not enough out of the pastors, because they're supposed to be the example in leading. Okay? See, you guys are double-minded, because you sit there and say, oh, free speech, America, free this and that, and don't support the gays. Well, you have every right to say that. Okay? And I'm not in support of them. But I'm not going to sit here and act like, okay, two wrongs don't make a right. If I sit here and call people names that are hurtful, I'm just a sheep. Okay? She's the shepherd. She's doing it. Okay? So, you sit there and you act like one thing is wrong, but the rest is okay, or it's alright for Anita, but not for us. And I'm not trying to excuse sins. What I'm trying to do is point out examples of why the people that are condemning Anita are doing it. And there's a reason why. Okay? Because one reason why I started doing it, and more hardcore, with venom from my scorpion tail. Okay? Yes, I'm a Scorpio. So there you go. The venom that I put out on her, guess what? That's because people need to taste their own medicine once in a while. And she should have never exploited a little girl. Okay? I have my own children. They should have never said that. They should have never brought the child into it in the first place, even if he was pimping his daughter out, which he wasn't, because you can watch the videos and see it's a harmless father-daughter videos, okay, that he makes chump change off of, because I know how YouTube works with the viewers and everything. And he's not claiming to sell God, he's just exposing her. You guys got to realize that you can't back up somebody who would ridicule a child. Yeshua said that it's better off for them to tie a rope around their neck and cast themselves into it with a millstone into the sea. Okay? Don't you understand? And, I tell people this, and they go right back to Anita this and Anita that, and they don't recognize it, want to acknowledge it. Okay? And they go back to saying how evil we are for saying the things we say to Anita, yet she's the one that started a lot of this by trying to exploit and slander a little child at the same time. She's trying to pimp people's children. Don't you guys get it? Other people's children are victims. Okay? This bitch. Alright? Put it plain and simple if you want to be nasty. This bitch. Witch. She's a witch. And she has you guys on a spell if you're too stupid and blind to see through it. Okay? And nobody's jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous of her. There's no reason to be. Because her accomplishments wasn't hard-earned or worked for in the proper setting with the proper values. It wasn't honest living. Okay? So, if you can't feel good about doing right, about, making your money, okay, then there's something wrong, okay? And that's the problem that we have with it. If you guys can't recognize it, get with it, then go away. Like I said, I don't want you on there talking to me, okay? And if you love your neighbor and respect your neighbor and do all those kind of things, and you're really a practicing Christian, then you'll stop talking to me about Anita as far as that is concerned after I answer one question. That is it for you guys. You know why? Because like I said, majority of people on my channel don't agree with you supporting Anita and don't agree with Anita. And they're in favor against it. So there's no point in trying to talk to them. You can't convince them. They're already convinced. They've seen enough of their own evidence. You think they believe me? No. They don't just believe me. They go and look for themselves. See, they hear us talking about it, and then they go wonder. And then they look for themselves at the videos we're trying to point out that none of you guys probably have the balls to look at, because you're afraid, if you really believe in her, you're afraid of what you're going to see. And then you won't call it out, and you'll make an excuse and say that it's between her and God, or, oh, Jesus save her, oh, pray for her. You guys should have been praying for her also, okay? You should have been praying for her instead of spending all that time. If she was hurt, okay, by somebody, you should have been on her side supporting her people and praying for her and her people, okay? Not coming over here messing with us, okay? Because we have nothing to do with this if there's some kind of attack on this woman, okay? And I don't condone it. But what Ryan did was not illegal, because when he revealed that information, I don't believe it was illegal. You know why? Because it's already public knowledge. It's already public domain type stuff. Anyone can find that out. So it wasn't private in the first place. So, anyone can do that. Anyone can find out about any property. It's not hard. They'll give you the list for whatever it costs to print out the paper. So the thing is we're not jealous of a person that has accomplished all of these things, but by bloodshed or by lying in waiting and robbing, okay, and lying to the flock, okay. So I advise you guys to wake up. Open your eyes and open your dang ears, okay? You don't like cussing and cursing, and you say, oh, well, you guys act. Now, I'm not condemning Yeshua. I'm pointing out that was he nice to everybody he encountered all the time, 24/7, and always had nice things to say to everyone? No. He called people out, and he called them names. What do you think calling people brood of vipers, blind guides, tares, thorns, wolves, okay, ravenous wolves, what do you call those names? Those are insults. Hello? Those are insults. Jesus wasn't always nice 24/7 to everyone he encountered. And you don't have to be too if they're a devil. Because he gave us authority over the demons. In Yeshua's name, we will reclaim that. In Yahweh's name, we will reclaim that. We do. And we will here at this home. Because you know what? We're not going to be fools to this game. Okay? Where we can't rightly divide and use what they call discretionary caution when we want to be, basically, when we want to discriminate, okay, which is a word that people are putting a negative vibe on. Discriminate is simply being able to determine and recognize a problem or problematic situations or people before it's a tool to recognize that before and to know and be aware of people. Okay, so that is what we do. Okay, I'm going to go now because I'm going to play with my kids and hang out with my kids like, you know, a normal dad's supposed to. And you guys are going to have to take it easy and lay off of all the accusations, okay? Because you guys fly off the handle with accusations when you have nothing left to say. And you guys get real ugly and nasty, and your true colors come out. So you're making yourself look bad, okay? I'm pointing out, no one look at me. I'm pointing out faults, okay? You know, if I want to point the finger, I'm not pointing the finger at nobody. I am just making a statement, okay? Everything I say is not supposed to be taken as your own personal facts or personal opinion is my own. And I said this is a video journal of my own thoughts. So don't expect it to be all edited and, you know, I'm going to be myself and I'm going to be raw and unedited, okay? But to say that we can't discriminate is stupid and wrong, because Yeshua wants us to know who the tare are among the wheat and to call them out and point them out and mark them, okay? How are we supposed to do this for God if we're supposed to leave these people alone and don't bother them? That's stupid. If you know there's a wolf among the sheep, wouldn't you cry wolf if your children, your family was outside and say, there's a wolf? Would you do that? It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter who you were inside, if you're a bad guy or a good guy. That's a natural instinct for anybody, any father, any family, to call out the wolf. Regardless of what I'm doing, I'm still going to say, hey, there's a wolf, and protect my family. Do you understand? And I'll protect other people's families too. And I'll try to support them. Because you know what? Like I said, you exploited and slandered a little girl. You should be cast in the sea with a millstone wrapped around your head. Okay? Sunken to the bottom of the ocean, to the bottom of the sea. Okay? Because you slandered a child. How childish of you. Don't point the finger back at me. Okay? That's not what this is. This is not the issue here. The issue is her. We're condemning and casting out her. Okay? We are not here to discuss my faults, Ryan's faults, Queenie's faults, Keith Two's faults, or anyone else's faults right now. Okay? This is about Anita and false pastors like her partner, Paul Begley, which I'm going to do a video on. Okay? I don't want to, because I kind of like Paul Begley to a degree. I think he's funny, and I think he's funny, and he laughs and jokes through it because he knows how hokey it is. Okay? And if you take that guy seriously, are you serious? You know, are you serious? I think he's so funny. And I think that, you know, he recognizes people can see through it. And that's why he acts hokey about it. Okay? And he jokes about the people that can't see through it. It's so obvious. And so I can't hate him for that because of the fact that he's funny. He makes me laugh at least. Anita, you only make me laugh, but with anger. See, people don't understand. God made man in his image and in his likeness with the same kind of feelings and capacity for feelings as him. Although man has been in a fallen state, we still can feel anger, rage, and we should cast out, and we should condemn, and we should discriminate. If you don't know what discriminate means, get off your stupid political high horse, brainwashed asses and get in a book. Okay? Because this word, it is valuable for us. To throw it away and not use it or not apply it is ridiculous and stupid. Okay? It makes no sense whatsoever to sit there and have your family out there, which is the flock, and see a sheep sitting there going to get attacked by a wolf, but oh, leave them alone. Leave them alone. No. You got to help. You got to help with the work. And part of that is marking these people out. Okay? So, and I know a lot of you people has heartaches and can't sleep at night over this. They're real supporters of Anita that are hurt and they see this. It's not our fault. Don't be mad at us for pointing it out. And, don't let that stop your determination to know God. Okay? Make that empower you, strengthen you to know you don't need the pastors. Okay? You don't need them because God made you a priest. If you believe His Word, He made you a priest, a high priest, as a matter of fact. It's the same order of Melchizedek. Okay? So you're even higher than a Levite or one of these pastors that are faking that the ministry or that the priesthood is still going on. Okay? This is false teachings. Okay? And you're supposed to actually, spend your money on your family and give it to the poor people. Okay? People that are in need. And yes, there is a physical dimension to what I said, but there is also a spiritual dimension. People say, well, no, you can't, because you can't spiritually buy a sword. Then how come they're selling God? How come Anita and them are selling God if you can't sell, and if you can't buy something spiritual, then how is it possible that they're trying to sell something spiritual? Okay? Get what I'm saying? So either way you look at it, you're the wrong one by looking at it that way. Not me. Okay? So get with the program. Stop accusing when you have nothing else to do. You guys fly off the handle saying that Ryan is a drug addict and alcoholic. You have no proof of that. So you guys are condemning other people for doing the same thing that you're saying and doing yourself. And Anita's doing herself. So everybody needs to check themselves and realize that. I realize that. Like I said, she's the one claiming to lead the flock. We are sheep calling out to and saying there's a wolf. If we're wrong for that, then you're just hopeless. Okay? So it's at Love Clark. I love you guys. Please subscribe if you want to. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But you can. If you're new to YouTube, a lot of people don't realize you subscribe for free. And you just click on there and subscribe. Okay? Click on the subscribe button, and that's all you got to do. And then click on that little bell, and you'll get notified by YouTube when the channel's videos has new content. Okay, when there's new video content on there. All right, so this has been a long thing, and I am trying actually to be nice right now. Okay, about it, because I don't like people exploiting children. First of all. And you've done harm by doing this. And by not calling her out on this and just refusing to acknowledge it, you guys are actually in on it then. You're condoning this action on a child, slander and exploitation of someone else's child that's innocent, that has nothing to do with this. Even if I brought up someone's dead son, she started this first, okay? Even if I'm wrong, even if what I might have said some words, now I'm not saying I was wrong, but even if I was, then I would apologize, and I would be wrong and recognize that. But even if I was, it still doesn't negate the fact that she is doing the things that we are saying. And she is lying about Ryan and his daughter. And that's wrong to do to a little girl. So if you want to condone that and not look at that, then what if they did that to your daughter? See? You would be totally different about it, wouldn't you? Or maybe you wouldn't, because you're the type of people that would blindly follow along no matter what. So don't come on there and talking your smack. If you want to get shot down, okay? You're not welcome, okay, if you want to be that way, because you're just distracting what we're trying to share with each other and learn from each other, okay? You're distracting what would be like, kind of like class or learning time, okay, for everybody. And I'm not saying I'm the teacher. I'm saying we just share. Everybody shares with each other. We're all teaching each other and sharing with each other, okay? And you guys are disrupting that. I'm not going on Anita's site and saying anything. I'm not going on her stuff and saying anything to her, attacking her channel. So why you come to my channel and attack me, trying to defend her? When we have our own channels, it's our choice to say whatever the hell we want on YouTube, and YouTube to decide to censor what they want to censor, okay? But I do not encourage violence or anything against Anita or anybody out there, and never have. And I've always said, you should never pick up arms unless you have to defend yourself or your family. That's it. All right? So get it straight. And don't start blaming us. If people are getting outraged by Anita and what we're telling is the truth, you got to realize you can't blame some of these people for feeling angry. I'm not condoning it, but you can't blame them, because some of these people have given lots of money, and she swindled lots of money. And guess what? She's worse than a drug dealer, because at least a drug addict knows what they're getting involved with the dealer of death. This dealer of death, this death dealer, she doesn't even, the flock doesn't know she's dealing death. She's supposed to be dealing life. She's dealing death, and she's getting paid for it. Okay? Her reward's here on earth. Okay? And I'm not against her wealth. I'm not against rich people in particular, but I'm not against people believing in God and having money. Okay? But remember what Yeshua said, it's very hard for them to get access to heaven. Not impossible, but very hard. The chances are slim. And we see examples in the Bible. Lots of people had been wealthy. So we know God will allow and permit wealth. But He wants you to not have more than you need, or be irresponsible with more than what you need, because then He'll just take that away eventually. So, and let's not all laugh and joke about when people get hurt and harmed. Okay? We should pray for our enemy, because what that does is that makes God frown on us and then look on the person that's being ridiculed and forget about us and look at them as the victim. Okay, so we got to remember, don't get too excited and all this stuff for other people's downfalls as far as them being a victim of a crime. Regardless, nobody should have attacked her, okay, unless she came at them first. Like I said, I don't condone violence for anyone, unless you're in self-defense of yourself and your family or someone else that's innocent. And people saying that I support a terrorist, if they say I condone it's either one way or another. Okay, I condone the terrorist because he was Muslim and anti-gay, or I support the gays and I'm wrong for that, or this and that. None of that is true. None of that. You guys now watch none of my videos, and I don't really want you to. You know why? Because I don't want you coming back with more stupid, moronic ideas and brainwashed parroting and whitewashing of Anita or any other dumb pastor. They're all merchants. If they're selling God, they're merchants, okay? What did Christ expect and told the apostles and the disciples when they went out in their ministry? He said not to collect a dime, okay? Not to take no money. Okay? Their entitlement, if there is a priesthood or someone that's doing God's work, they're entitled to a roof over their head, clothes, food, and oil in their lamp. That's it. That's all they're required. Not anymore. Okay? This prosperity teaching is wrong, though, because they want to live in a $1 million house, but the people on welfare, food stamps, and Social Security, they want you to give, and give it blindly, and just give it to them, and expect you to believe that you're going to get blessed this way. You're going to get cursed this way because you're giving your money away. Like in Deuteronomy, it says, bind the money up in your hand, okay? And spend it on your family, or it's a sin, okay? Spend it on yourself however you want, however you see fit, not other people. Basically, watch where your money goes and how your money's being used and supported. Keep track and control your own money and support with your money of who you support, okay? If you want to give, like Ryan said, I suggest people go out, get a YouTube, okay, get a YouTube video going, and buy some cheap hamburgers from McDonald's or somewhere and hand them out, okay, to homeless people. Not as a big group, don't get too big organized, and just go hand them out and record that and show people that there is good people that can hand out to the poor and not expect nothing back. Okay, that's how you give back. Don't give to the ministries because you can't control and you don't know what their money's going towards behind closed doors. Okay, that's not given to the poor if they're living in a $1 million house. She's not a widow, she's not poor. Okay, they have all the means to take the revenue, I'm sure, and what they can, and wrap up this business they're doing, this scandal, this scam. Wrap it all up, okay, and still live comfortably if they invested their money right in another area, okay, but they're not going to because they love the scam and they are on it. It's like a drug for them. They love to make that money and they are hooked in on mammon, okay, so it's very hard to get off of that when people start that. It's coveting more than, you're coveting. God doesn't want you to covet nothing, okay? I don't. I'm happy. I'm satisfied with the things that I already have. I'm blessed with. And I know I'm blessed with it, okay? I know I'm blessed with it. So, there you have it. There you go. We are not the shepherds. We are the sheep. And we're pointing out the wolves. And if there's something wrong with that, then there's something wrong with you. At Love Clark, love you guys, okay? Love. What's wrong with that? You call out one type of person and condemn them, call other people names, but you do that to the pastor, and oh no, you can't do that. Oh, I'm condemned, but she's got the blood of Jesus covering her, right? Right.